All right, family. Shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. We got a message for the singles today. Before you start your next relationship, before you think about getting into a relationship with somebody else, do the work on yourself. Make sure that you are fit to be a husband. Make sure that you are suitable to be a wife. Because, here's the thing. We get into these relationships and we don't even know ourselves. Let alone knowing the person, taking the time and due diligence that it takes to get to know the person that you're interested in becoming life partners with. Marriage. Okay? Making a covenant with. You want to know what you're getting into and who you're getting into it with. Most men and women today are not trained up for marriage. Right off the back, in this culture we live in today, it's just boyfriend, girlfriend, right off the back, hugging, kissing, sex, the whole 9 yards. When you talk to the average woman today, and I'm not counting out all my sisters, but the average woman, even though she may have a good heart and things like that, but you're just not trained to be wives. They weren't raised to be wives, didn't have good example as wives. Look at the average 30-year-old woman today. And it's like a lot of the 30 to 40-year-old women today, some of them had good mothers that were good examples as wives and what it means. But a lot of women just weren't raised to be a wife. And that's just the fact. Just because she's pretty and sensitive and all that other stuff don't mean she's wifey material. Same thing with men. Just because he got a good job don't mean he husband material. We think that just because he's a good provider, but that don't mean that he gonna know how to guide you. That don't mean he gonna know how to cover you. That don't mean, how to cover you in prayer and just a whole lot of other things that comes with being a husband. There's a lot that comes to this. So you do yourself a favor and save yourself and others a lot of time and heartache, in working on yourselves. Work on ourselves before we even think to get with other people, but we want to rush into things. He who is hasty with his feet sins. I'm speaking to y'all from experience, and so we treat these relationships like restaurants. You like it or you don't, and you never come there again or whatever. Look, no, listen. The Bible says man should not be alone. I'll make a helper for him as his counterpart. Yahweh Elohim said this, and so we know that, But we also know the word says desire without knowledge is not good. And so, you're going to want to do some research, brothers and sisters, and because you get into these relationships, and then when you get into the relationship, guess what you're doing? You start complaining about your wife, your woman, your girlfriend, whatever. You're complaining about your husband. And it's like, well, did you talk to them before y'all got in a relationship? Did you see where you guys were? Did you ask questions? Hey, what are your beliefs? What do you like? What does marriage look like to you? And did you actually have these difficult conversations that has to be had? Or did you not want to ruin the moment because you're very attracted to each other and you had this good energy? No. Don't get mad at them when they showing you who they are now that you're with them. Because you didn't do your due diligence. Or you were hasty. And then a lot of times you don't want to be alone, so you just settle for whatever it is. But then now that you see what you settle for, you're like, oh man, what I done got myself into. Now you got to deal with it. No, you don't. Because you just go get a divorce. No. We don't have no love and commitment today. But you, like I said, if you do the work ahead of time, you won't have to go through this. You save yourself. That's what, counsel. Desire without knowledge is not good. Brothers, you're going to have to get you some counsel. Learn from some elder men who've been through marriages and divorces and all these different things so that you can understand what this thing really looks like. So you can get some counsel. What to do, what not to do. Sisters, it's not a bad thing to say, let me go ahead and get me some mentorship from these elder women and learn what it means to be a woman, to be a real wife. Because you don't know what you're doing. Y'all don't. That's just the truth. And I know because I deal with my brothers and sisters on a regular basis. So we're going to save ourselves a lot of heartache and trouble, you guys, by working on ourselves first and foremost. And then when you believe you're in a place where you're not going to be a toxic person, where somebody won't be affected by you, and you've actually done the work on yourself. Okay, now I'm fit to be a husband, or now I'm suitable to be a wife, whatever.